Hello folks and welcome back to my Total War Rome 2 campaign with the Divide and Conquer mod. So yes, the past couple episodes, well past three I think, started off with a slow, massive increase in lands and prestige and forces and power and vassals. So we now are by far the most dominant power in Europe, and now moved on to our conquest of Spain. So yeah, things are going well at the moment. You know, I cannot complain in the slightest. Last episode we had a very, very messy, huge upscale battle of heavy losses on both sides. However, they fared much, much, much worse, as you can probably tell looking at here. So, I have two fairly intact legions ready to take the fight to 4 of their armies, and we should have a fairly clean victory. A nice battle. So yeah, we're only facing 3 barely. We have a fairly heavy infantry army. I've learnt that against these guys, it's intelligent to take it slow. Use your infantry as a main line, etc. Because, yeah, well, obviously you can spears, but I thought they'd be weak enough for me to rout them. But in the last battle, you saw a fairly horrendous loss of cavalrytic oversight on my part. Let's go ahead and start deployment. As we are attacking, we get to choose. Now it seems to be a bit of an uneven terrain. Hill to our left. Okay, so straight off, our second army is going to come from there. So I'm not actually going to do much. I'm going to reorder my forces so that these you are the main. So that these units are in the middle. But other than that, I'm actually going to piss off steam. Just hold here between these two forests, like so, because actually I want you in control 1 as well, never mind. And let's get you right there next to it. That's mainly because I want to use my second army to come in and bolster my forces. You and you are pretty wrecked, although you're not too bad. 60, we can keep 60. But you, I'm just going to send out immediately upon beginning of the fight, whereas the rest of the cavalry I'm going to keep around. So commanders on number 2, and this unit I'm just going to have routing just immediately. There we go. So let's start the battle. You lot can flee, while the rest of my army starts to come in. So obviously the first units to arrive are hero units, so we'll go and chuck them in to the center. Both heroes in this battle happen to be Germanian heroes, heroes from Gaul and Germania. So we got a couple of barbarians ready to mess up some enemies. With that, the Romans managed to recruit into its own armies. So we have a lot of cavalry here. Let's get you in with that. So there's a bunch of more cavalry. So we'll get you, and not you, and you to come and join in over here. So we've got quite a heavy cavalry component to my left. You, we can tell just to run away again because you've got pretty heavy losses there. However, we're going to bring in a second line of infantry. Start moving along like so. Citizens, we fight for what is right. Do 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 do. Yes, go watch Starship Troopers. It's a fantastic film. I love it, and it's got an awesome tune. The third one, anyway. Where's my final archer? There we go. And that should be it, I think. No. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With number 5 being the archers, so we're just going to line up nicely behind my forces, ready to mess up the enemy, and then that'll be me ready and done to face the enemy once they're in position. And once they are in position, we can start moving forward to having a check out the army. And it looks like the enemy are taking position on this ridge line here. So I guess what we could do is start to move up towards them and take a position along this front here, but the first thing we shall do is move our cavalry out so they can screen the left flank by being positioned in this hill. Hopefully that means they'll also be out of range of sight. But the first thing we're going to do is move up and have our army like so. Get the generals, etc. in there. 4 is another infantry group. Get them like that. And 5, the archers, will get them like that. There we go. So all of these units will start to run towards the front lines. Obviously these archers are probably going to be a hell of a lot faster, but they're also incredibly powerful. These longbow hunters from Germania are very, very powerful. I don't actually think I can recruit them anymore, seeing as I don't actually have any auxiliary barracks anymore. I've only got Roman barracks. Although saying that, I know that you can walk into your vassals, and I still have some vassals in Germania. I've got a lot of vassals in Germania, so we should be able to just, if I wanted to, walk a legion in and use them. But to be honest, as much as I love using these longbows, I quite like having a fairly melee-centric infantry and heavy cavalry army. So we're just getting into position. Now that these forces are catching up, let's bring our cavalry over to this other forest over here. I'm hopping them from forest to forest just to keep them kind of hidden and cover from the enemy, including cover from skirmishers if they manage to get some up to start firing on them without me noticing. The forest should give them some cover. Yeah. This army's huge, obviously, because it's too strong. But the last battle, it was basically between about 3 or 4 armies and about 4 of theirs, and they just kept on bringing reinforcements in, which I wasn't always able to see. So that was really weird. It was quite cool, seeing them. Obviously, but I didn't really want to lose very many, so I only kind of used 2 of my armies. So 2 of them took some fairly heavy losses because of my rather poor leadership skills. I was wondering, I'm sure we have. Do we not have a? We should have 2 heavy cohorts. Socii extraordinary. Oh, I was sure that we should have some sort of first cohort in this army as well, but apparently we don't. That's fine, we can deal with that. How tired are these guys? They're still all fresh. Oh no, the archers are tired. Of course they would be. Why are they suddenly very, very tired? Let's get them out of skirmish mode. What does poison shot even do? It does less melee attack and defense damage, and it fatigues the enemy units. That's probably a good thing to have, actually. I don't know. Maybe I should just keep them attacking. I love how they can hide in the long grass, so they're all actually hidden from the enemy. So as you can see, the enemy army has taken this time to line up, taking advantage of this large ridge line here. So seeing as they have quite a long length, I'm actually going to completely restructure my army to match theirs. So let's go ahead and get number 1 to come up to here, and number 4 apparently to come up and do the other side, like so. So I now have an equal length in units, and I'm going to get number 5, my archers, just to spread out along this central part. They've got a bunch of heroes here. I'm actually going to make number 2 number 7 for now, and get number 4 number 2, and 7 can become number 4, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so we'll wait for that to restructure, and that means we should equal them. So this is quite a long battle, long drawn out battle. I don't really like this. I mean, battles weren't usually fought with long like this. They were never like that. They were a bit more deep. Before the kind of even sometimes during the Napoleonic period. So it's going to be a bit weird having kind of only 5 ranks of men deep on both sides. But in any case, they don't really have any cavalry, so I can use my longbow hunters to start whittling away at them. And they're going to need to move up to about here, I think. Let's go ahead and do that. We will turn on skirmish mode for now.
Hidden units have been discovered.
Do 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 do. And I'm tempted to take these guys off formation attack,
Our hidden units have been
so they can
discovered.
throw their javelins. Actually, yeah, we'll keep them on formation attack.
Our hidden units have been discovered.
Yeah. They're ready. These guys should start. Yep, now they're firing. The enemy apparently. Oh wait, they do have cavalry. Okay. In that case, I'm going to draw my archers back. Get them to come all the way back behind our lines, because I don't want their cavalry being able to run them down. Though luckily they didn't charge my archers, they just decided to run into me. Why can't we throw? Good. This should do a hell of a lot of damage.
Our general is under attack.
Yeah. You can throw these quite far, apparently. 5. Get out of skirmish mode. Get back behind the lines. You idiots. Okay. So these units are nicely doing some nice damage to them. They should run. Let's get these guys to all throw their javelins in just as that enemy infantry unit is cresting. That should do a hell of a lot of damage. But for the most part, apart from here apparently, in which case we're just getting slaughtered on the end, we should probably lead into attack. I'm actually going to pause it because this is such a long line and I don't even know what's happening. In this case, I'm going to... Okay, so we've just got a bunch of skirmishers there. Right, fantastic. So the first thing I'm going to do is curve this army around. Get them to just come like this and start making our way down. But let's use our cavalry to begin with. So I'm just going to get them to do this. And then after reaching there, you're going to attack them. 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 And let's start getting rid of their skirmishers. So obviously, the main focus of the enemy assault is in the center. Get them to throw some javelins. Get them to throw some javelins. So what we're gonna have to do is just hold them off. I'm going to get this hero to run down here. I'm actually going to get this lot to attack like so, and we can start using these units to run down to the right hand side to protect them, because obviously all of their melee was on the right hand side, but I didn't notice until too late. But we can get our general units down here to help out. I'm not going to be able to catch them, I don't think, so I'll have to fight these guys here. Hopefully these guys will be able to hold them off. I'm not happy that I managed to leave this legionary unit just to die. That was incredibly silly on my behalf, so what I'm going to do is get my archers to come over here and help out by attacking their units. Get up here. Oh dear, there's hardly any of them left. They're getting really badly hurt. Let's see if we can inspire them. Oh no, it didn't quite get there. Get in there and attack them. Get over here. There's only 74 of them or so left. Let's get close enough No, don't run away, you're gonna get hurt if you run away. Oh, no, that's them out. Come on. Come like this. Do this. So these units are not needed. So I'm gonna get these two to come around behind them. Let's bring these units as fast as we can down to this side of the battlefield. While these units clear off their skirmishers. Like this. We're winning this fight here. Let's get the hero over there as well. Okay, so for the most part here we're doing well. These units should all be within range. Good, so I hope that they're able to start firing into... even know where they're firing into. They're firing. Fire, you idiots. Better. Okay, you two, I want you in here. The rest of my army should be maneuvering down here to help out. Come on, you idiots, I need you down here. Go on, you. Get down there and hit them. So we've wiped out the majority of their skirmishers apparently, which is good. Get that 98 unit. Let's get this lot to get back here and get ready to clear up the majority of the enemy that's over here. I think they've managed to do fairly well. Let's get these units involved to wipe them out. Get in there and start engaging. Huge amounts of infantry that appear to be running away. Look at the amount of dead bodies here because of that Roman unit and archers just taking them out. We're going to continue because I want to be able to chase them down and do some serious damage. You lot, kill them. I want you to hunt them down. Okay, there's just no point in you moving, any of you lot moving. So let's just get you to here, and you can be 9. But the cavalry, there is point in you moving, because you are close enough to be able to engage them. Also, 37 of these units managed to get away. I'm wondering if any of my other legionaries managed to escape. There's a lot of enemy there. Okay, these infantry units aren't going to be able to engage them, so let's get you out to control 9 and get up to there. What on earth are you doing? Get after them. Get over here and engaging the massive enemies. See how many we can kill. These arrows should have a fairly horrible effect on them. Okay, that's one volley. Took about 30 of them. Second volley. And again, here we go. Yeah. I think there's 2 units here actually. Fire again. not too many of the enemy left. If I wipe out as many as I can now, I don't have to fight them later on. Trying to get them in nice open formations to slaughter these fellows. And we'll get them to stay still now because there's no need. May as well get these guys to withdraw. Kill them, please. What on earth do you think you're doing? Stop. Stop ceasing to run. I should be able to kill lots of them. Come on, there's 96 of them left. You're going for the ones with 13. Really? I want to get these slingers to escape. Stop them escaping. Ah, oh, too late. I'll kill the 13 then. Unless you want to go for them. Chase them down. So there's not really much going on over here. I'm gonna quit because this is boring now. It may have been boring before, but still. So we kill 3,000. Okay. Oh, that went straight through his mouth and throat. Out the other side, and boom, he's dead. There's only a few left in the others. Wow. General left, one skirmisher left, and one skirmisher left. And let's slaughter the captives. Military traditions, fantastic. So all they have left is a general and a skirmisher, I think. Yeah, so that is quite possibly one of the best victories I've seen. And it leads the way open to come down and siege Arachilium, which we're going to go ahead and do. So, 2 major battles in the space of like basically one turn, and we've done extremely well. We're going to go ahead and move the spy down to kind of provide an early warning system for further enemy forces. Oh, we have a spy upgrade. Can we get you to... Okay, we can't deploy this turn. Well, let's leave you there anyway. They have a small army here, a wee bit damaged. I think they may have too many men for their funding. We can move, so we're going to go ahead and do so. I think... Oh, it's just one single settlement with not very much of a big force. Let's go ahead and assault. It's going to take 8 turns to siege, so we're just going to assault. It's a bunch of noble infantry and some spearmen and a large number of skirmishers. We'll need to try and outflank them from multiple sides, so it doesn't look like it should be easier than... Okay. Dry. Start deployment. Okay, so let's keep things nice and open. And that's a nice open playfield. There. This side isn't as much. So I'm thinking use my infantry to come in from these angles to assault the center. Maybe send some around there as well. And cavalry down here. So let's think about where we're going to send the individual units. I think we're going to have a main push by my best units straight up the front. Let's get these guys out of the way, all the way over here. Right. So 3 best units up the main pathway. Followed by these 2. Oops, sorry. So that can be kind of control 1, the main effort. No, wait, that's on the U. And in here. If you get them split between like that, then the main one will be in the middle. What? Oh, why are you suddenly... no, this one is in the middle. Why are you never in the middle like I asked you to be? Why? Why? What is so difficult about it? There we go. Right, so that's them done. Now, that's that pathway. We're going to have another 3 going up this way. That's going to be 2. I'll have 3 going around here. Like so. 3 and 3. We're going to have another force that's going to come from, I guess, this angle here. So they'll be positioned there. Number 4, and our hero can be within the first group. No, wait, first group. There we go. And you can be like there to begin with. Actually, no, you're going to be with my general, and you're going to be control 5. But you are going to be in the first group, like so. And then we've got our cavalry. We're just going to group on 6. And they can just hang around in the center, ready to go either way, wherever needed, like that. Right, start battle. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to issue some orders to my troops. So these units, I'm going to march up to here. These units are going to be marched up to here. 2 is... 2 is going to march over to here. 3, 4, and 4 is going to come along here and see where we can get to before the enemy starts to show up. In any case, I'm desperate to lose, so you didn't need to know that, but I'm going to be right back. And I totally wasn't away for any period of time there at all. I think that was actually all of the orders to give, other than getting the cavalry, and I think I'm actually going to move them up to here just to be a bit closer. I'm not going to have them run. Okay, and then we can use our general to kind of march fairly slowly up to there. We'll move all of our troops in. Can't see any enemy yet. It looks like they're going to appear around here. That's good. Obviously we're coming from all sides. They're destroying some of this. They've also got units moving around this area as well. Maybe they're seeing us. Oh, I hate when Steam does that. You just press shift once on its own and Steam overlay pops up. It's rather frustrating. So yes, these are fairly standard warriors. I should be able to hit them. If we hit them from all sides, they shouldn't hold up for long. All of my units are nicely getting in position. It looks like these units should be able to combine this main attacking force to kind of stretch over here, and then these units will have to maybe come round here, so it looks like these units would be better put to come round this side. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's get them to come to like there, then like there. We'll get these 3 to push up to here. And the cavalry, I guess we can bring in to here for now. And see if we can plug any gaps. And what we can do is bring this unit up to here. And bring this unit up to here. Although obviously they apparently are going to try and go around, so we can bring them up to here. They can come in from that side, so that you can join number 1. Just like so. It's fairly easy. I'm going to wait for my units to get into position before moving any further, because I don't really want to start taking damage from their skirmishers, like for instance these guys here. Okay, for the most part I think we're ready. We've got a large skirmishing contingent at the rear. Why are you not running? Come on. Right, I want you to come to like here. You to come to like here. You to come to like here. And you to come to like here. There we go. And that's them all coming around now. And that's all of everything in position. So I'm going to go ahead and begin the assault. And you can come in like so. You guys can now move in on this side. My general can come in as well. Time to bring the cavalry in here. You can use you guys to come in like so. Whoever's on the right hand side I want to engage. Should be a nice easy fight. Nice easy charges coming in from this side.
Our general is under attack.
Get in there. And you can inspire war cry and get inside the fight. So we're definitely winning there. Get over here. And you lot I want to attack there, and you lot I want to attack there. You can attack them, you can attack them, you can attack them, you can attack them, coming from behind. So we've managed to nicely kind of tie them into one location. Number 6. Don't really want to get them to attack spears straight on, so I think we'll leave them for now. Probably bring them around here. And then there. Get in there. Obviously lost quite a few casualties to their javelin men. Oh, they've decided to charge us too. Good for them. They're gonna get brutalized. I'm gonna do horrible things to them in my infantry. Light javelin men against heavy troops with short swords. Very much in my favour. Okay. Yes, that's going to be nicely me. The rest of the fight looks like it's doing well. You carry on doing whatever you like to do. As soon as they're broken, we win, basically. Get in there. Well, there's actually no point in continuing this, is there? Because it's a siege battle. I wasn't really thinking other than to get. Okay, easy done. So that's another settlement captured with minimal losses. Like literally minimal losses. We took some hits onto my infantry from their skirmishers, so we slaughtered them. We're going to raise it to the ground, and we're going to build it up. So, Arsa, we're going to change that over to become a Roman village, and a Roman port, and we're going to have one of them, an Ager Publicus, and a villa for food. Easy peasy. Okay, so that's a nice chunk of Spain coming in. We need to take Archilium and Numancia first, and that's the whole of the north, all 4 settlements in the north, and that's the first stage of the campaign. Second stage of the campaign is going to head south and take out these major cities, the 3 major cities Ebora, Kartuba, and Kart Hadashi. All fairly major settlements. I think to do that, I'm going to station some forces along the border here and launch the attack from Arce and the border, kind of focusing on these two first. And once they're done, then move down to these two. So I should win this. Actually, who are they at war with? Let's find out. Vasily, you are at war with basically all of my people. Lusitani is a client state, so they very much should be at war with these guys. Huh. I want you to join the war against the Macedonia.
People expect talk with purpose and honesty.
We'll pay you 2,000. Okay. 3,000. Why won't you help me fight them? You are meant to be my client state. You're meant to just fight them automatically. Ugh. Hey buddy, how about we get a peace treaty? Nope. Okay. Well, in that case, I do have an army to send your way, and I'm tempted to do so. Where is this army? Oh yes, over here. Who are these guys? They're friends. They're friends. And their enemy... This is the guy here. And they have a settlement with a large army in it. I'd be tempted to just send my forces up. Yeah, why not? Let's send them up to start messing about with the Lugii. My happiness down here is all pretty good. Oh, we can upgrade. Yeah, let's find some more buildings to upgrade. Nothing... No buildings anywhere. That's very nice. In which case, let's go ahead and end turn, because nothing else important happened. I mean, I don't think I can promote anyone. Promotions are worth doing, by the way. They give you some rather awesome benefits later on. Oh! Yes, a tradition in one of my legions. I think it was this one. No, this was a character. Then it was a tradition in one of the other legions up north. Melee defense. Plus 8% melee. Yeah, let's do that actually. That's a good one. Right. That's one of these legions. There we go. Oh, no, that's a general. Well, let's go ahead and get the relentless attacker. Increase the morale. Nice. And these fellows have a military discipline to get, so that sounds pretty good. Inexorable conquerors, increasing damage. Right, that's it done. End turn. Lots and lots of upgrades. Roman armies conquering all. They should start healing up nicely as well, because we took the region that they were in. So they should nicely start getting some reinforcements. Obviously it was quite a tough fight, quite heavy losses, so it's going to take a few turns to get back to full strength. And I think we actually lost 1 or 2 full troops. We need to recruit a bunch of them. So yeah, all of my vassals are kind of all moving different sorts of armies through my vast empire, which is pretty awesome. Kind of have Germans fighting next to Greeks fighting next to Spanish. It's quite nice. Yeah, there we go. Political intrigue, assassination attempt. Oh, that's not cool, man. I guess for now you get the other houses general, and we use the actual general thing. That's the only one that has like 1 unit in it. Yeah. So we use the single general, hero general. Construction report, bunch of stuff. That's good. Seasonal conditions, trait gain, faction destroyed. Oh, good, they're finished. So we can actually bring the fleet down to here and have them recruit some more units. And you, actually, we can get you to group up with them. And we can get you to all send them like that. You, who are you? Like what is your name? Household. Yeah, but who is he? Is he one of mine? Lucius Antistus Fimbria. Lucius LLL. Yeah, okay, so it's Cornelius. We can get rid of him then. Woo! So we only have one left, and that's... It might be a full place, but we'll see. Let's go ahead and check some buildings out. I think we'll be able to upgrade a lot of places. And our research is going along. We need food. Let's go ahead and get food. There we go. We're all good. Right. So, legions, armies, and stuffs. Die. Oh, they run away.
We cannot follow this order.
They both run away again. Am I going to be able to catch up with them? Yes, I am. And that brings in both units. I'm going to auto-resolve this because it's stupid and tiny. We're going to aggressively kill them. All of them. Like so. Off you pop. Didn't lose any units. They lost all of theirs. I'm going to execute the prisoners. So that's the entirety of the Garamatian army done. Now we can recruit spearmen. And I think we're going to do that because why not? Like, there's absolutely no reason not to at this stage. We can hire mercenaries. No, we can't. I think that's a full unit. What we're going to do is bring up a few legions to get ready to come in and assault Arachilium. So let's go ahead and come in. Let's go ahead and encircle. We'll get these units to come in as well. Although I want them to come basically past it and get ready to assault Numitia. Although it looks like the faster route would be around to the right. Oops. Something we can do afterwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and assault. We have 3 legions, they've got no defenders. I'm not fighting this and I'm not waiting 4 turns. Sorry guys. We're going to slaughter them. Probably should have used balanced stance there, it's a siege. Hopefully I won't suffer no lost units. I mean, quite a few kills on their behalf, but still, that's fine. Increase in rank, military traditions, good. So I know I made a plan to just fight every battle, but that's just, it was pointless. Let's go get the defensive one and upgrade that to 2 as well. Right, so that's you ready, and we can take this settlement and build it into a proper Roman place. So, you're building a happy place there as well. Let's build a quarry and a farm. So, Rome conquers all. Rome has taken a few. Okay, here we go. It's a couple large forces still within range, but we've beaten them back. We're pushing them further and further back. I think once I've actually taken Spain, I'm going to get to peace, because I don't really want to go into Africa, but I'm tempted to then have the Maeciliae as a bitch, like a Roman bitch, so have them as a vassal. So once I've taken Spain, it'd be interesting to see what that happens there. I guess my next conquest, well, I don't even think I should have conquest after that. For the most part, I think we're all good. You're a spy. What on earth are you doing all the way down there? Let's bring you down so we can check out different parts of this empire. Down you come. Easy peasy. So it's going to take a wee while until these settlements are subjugated, so I'm only going to have about 4 legions to play with. To be honest, 4 legions isn't probably enough to actually carry on into the second part of the campaign if we've defeated the majority of their armies. Because obviously it's going to take 3 legions to stay back in kind of subjugated provinces until they remain ours. Or 4 legions, actually. If you think about it, there's going to be 1 more there. So I think I brought 8 legions with me for this conquest. It's probably the biggest one we've had. And we've just crushed them. We're beating them all over the place. Wow, that's awesome. What's this one currently? I prefer that one actually. Center pool. Political intrigue. Enemy army retreats. Enemy army retreats. Province under control, of course. Settlement captured. Settlement raised. That's us done. Nothing interesting happening, and we've still got 3 grand or so. We appear to just continuously have 3 grand. Right. I wonder if we can set a war target. Should be able to. Okay, set war coordination target, and we're gonna set it. War coordination target is going to be Lugii here. So my vassals are all gonna come up to attack the Lugii. And once they do so, we should be able to push them back and take them out. And I could probably turn, after focusing here, I could probably then turn my attentions east and either go through kind of Germania and Russia, or down into the Middle East, kind of fight some of the enemies of Egypt down there. But we shall see. Let's go ahead and then turn. Oh, forgot one of these legions. Gained an experience thingy-majiggy. We're going to upgrade the attack, I think. That one. Yeah. No other experience, I don't think, was gained. However, we can recruit units now, apparently. What's the point in recruiting these guys? Doesn't seem much point to me. Right, so let's go ahead and then turn. Oh, forgot I sent that legion up there. It'll just continue moving, I guess. Should probably send my spy up towards Lugii to see where they're gonna turn up. If I get there, I'm just gonna siege it and keep sieging and take the long haul instead of assaulting, because I want to keep that legion intact if possible. All of my vassals are going to be moving through the territories. So Rome is very powerful. I think we're actually in the end game phase now, after the kind of the switch over to the real kind of main legions. Looks like Lugii are being pushed back for the most part on all fronts, which is good. Obviously we don't really have anything to do in the east yet, because we've not really focused there at all. Right, easy peasy. Triumph, of course. Another triumph. I think this is the 3rd triumph we've had. Not going to watch it again. And he's returned home. Ally confirms war targets. Cool. Triumph. Yeah, because frankly our guys are awesome. We're all good. Wait a minute. Unhappy populace. Yeah, well that's because frankly it could be better. Because of how grumpy they can get. Allies can, like, spies can move ridiculous distances. Right, let's go hunt down some fellows. So let's bring this army back round. And let's take... I'm going to take 2 to attack... how many should we take to attack the settlement? We need 1 in this settlement. We're going to bring these guys round to here. We're going to bring these guys... Oh, they can actually attack already. So we're actually going to bring 2 down this way. And we're going to you round to assault him, but he's going to get reinforced if I do that. So let's bring you to here. I should have actually brought him this way. That's fine. This legion can be on its own and can adopt a defensive stance and stop these units from coming back up that way, so they have to either retreat down and round, or yes, we've got no units there and no units there, so it looks to be their forces still up here. That's a very good thing. We can upgrade. Let's upgrade to the Medicus and a farm. Some easy buildings being built. A couple turns left until the majority of those buildings are built. Over here we've got, yeah, nicely done. We need to take this place out, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's send my 2 armies in. So it's 2 armies against 2 armies. This one is, I think it's going to have to be a fight, because, you know, they're going to have lots of enemies there. Well, it's only 4 turns. I think because my armies are fairly weak, I'm actually going to bring this army up, and we're just going to have 2 of them here just besieging for 4 turns or so, and then we can send these 2 down this way to kind of aim on Kartuba, I think. Yeah, I think this is probably a smart move, because having a single legion in each of the settlements is more than enough to hold off an enemy attack or advance. Okay, who else can we... You are our vassal. You have a defensive alliance with us, but you're not our vassal yet.
Friend, and let us talk.
Make a client
and
state,
let us
please.
have good wine until we can talk no more.
9,000. 15,000. Okay, so they're just not going to become a client state. That's fair enough. Anartes. Hey, buddy. You look to be fairly powerful.
Tongue that speaks without wisdom is not welcome. Be like a spear and have a
Oh, I
coin.
think you must be a client state to someone. Client state of Arkbushfurush. How powerful are you? Why don't we get a trade agreement?
We are civilized.
Yeah, sounds good to me. And an aggression
should
pact.
always be admired.
And
With
how
these
about
words, you bring joy to my heart and hope to my soul.
you become a client
My
state?
thanks.
Boom. Yeah, they're not going to do it. I did think they would. Where else is kind of big enough to... Pontus, you're pretty big. Cyprus, you're not very big. You're a military ally. How about
Blessing
you
of
become
the
a client state?
Olympians upon you. What then do your noble people desire of us?
Like this? Yeah. Wow. We spent all our money
Greeks are a
and gained another client state. Rhodos, I don't think they'd want to be a client state. Sparta probably never ever become a client state. Yes, we have a large power base. We have a look here. We're getting pretty big. So, yeah. Civil strife is imminent. Oh dear, that'll be frustrating. Okay. Let's go ahead and end turn. What I'm hoping is that if we do get a rebellion within Rome, purely Rome, is that because of the amount of client states we have, we should be able then to actually have client states coming in and helping to defeat Rome, like, and help the rebellion. Fingers crossed, anyway. Although we are running the risk of the client states then taking settlements for themselves rather than me. So that would be a pain. I mean, we are pretty powerful as an empire, so that's going to be tough. We own a large proportion of the world. Garamantia, I have a feeling, is going to be the next main conflict in North Africa. Okay, things are looking good. Right, research complete. Battering ram. Good, good. Well, let's go ahead and get... I mean, it's almost worth just doing that. 43 turns for the Legion Barracks. But I think let's focus on some economy. That sounds like a good place to have, actually. What about... maybe not. What about you? Minus plus 20% wealth from culture, all regions. Minus 5% political action costs. I think this and then this is probably a good one. Let's get the 8. Nice. Construction report. Good. Obviously the troubled populace is still there. It's okay. That should start getting better in a few turns' time. Nothing happened here. They've set themselves up in a couple of defensive battles. So what we can do is bring this force round to attack. And hopefully... Oh, they retreated. That was good.
Advance!
But they're now both there. So what I'm going to do is bring in this army
Commander!
to attack. This unit here.
Attack! For Rome!
And they've also retreated. Okay.
That is impossible.
Hopefully they've retreated far... Okay, they've retreated far enough that bringing in this army here is mean I've got 2 full legions against 1 single army of theirs. So let's go ahead and fight this. I should be able to wipe a few thousand of their men. Okay, so it's dry. Let's go ahead and start deployment. Once again, I'm going to wait for both my forces to group up before doing anything. Let's get them all out of the way. And get the cavalry. You're going to be on the open left flank. Let's get my infantry like so. They're going to be control 1. Archers are going to be control 2. Hero in general, control 3. Cavalry control 4. We can wait for the enemy. Looks like they're coming to me.
Our reinforcements have arrived.
They've got quite a long line. I don't really want to lengthen my line at all. Go away. I have selected to suppress advice, but apparently it's just not doing that. You two can come over here and be in number 3. Wow, I've got a proper general unit this time, apparently. That's fair enough. And now we've got some infantry. So you guys are part of the cavalry. Control 4. Let's get you lined up there. We've got some more infantry turning up. So these are also going to be part of number 1. So I'm just going to get them to line up. So they're basically the same sort of length as the enemy army. Oh, now we've got even more turning up. We've got plenty of units. I have a feeling that's all of them now. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up. And we could probably get our cavalry to move up on this flank. Nope, not you. Cavalry number 4. It'll take a wee while to get there. Let's go ahead and have our units move up to position. And our archers, you're number 2. Let's get you lined up nicely across the board. Come on men, catch up. Get into position. This is a nice unit. Wow, I actually think, depending on where you recruit the units, will actually depend on how they look. Because I think these legions were recruited in different areas of the map. As you can see, they actually have different shields and different armor. So depending where you recruit your legions in Divide and Conquer, will actually depend on how they look. See, these guys actually look different. That is so epic! And obviously, since I've recruited all of them at the same time, each of these legions do actually look, they all have the same sort of look to them. I don't think I think maybe 1 legion was recruited in Rome, if that, so that's quite cool. Oh come on, hurry up and get there. Very, very powerful units here. Other than this poor legion, this one was wrecked. They have a proud heritage of being able to stand up, but these guys got completely wrecked in the last fight. They were bullied fairly horribly because I left them to die basically. After they got kind of slaughtered by a bunch of skirmishers. So the main force of the enemy are pretty easy. my archers outrank them. That's right, outrange their slingers, I think. So we don't need to move up too much further. We move my archers to like there, they should be in range. How tired are you? You're active now. Well, I'm gonna rerun now, so let's get you lined up all the way along. I have no idea where their line finishes now I think about it. So I should probably do that. Archers, you can now group up right behind them. Oh. Like so. 3, get you behind the archers. Let's bring the cavalry up. Everyone to this flank. Right, easy peasy. Major Legionnaires look so epic. Imagine being these fellows. Sitting here. Going, oh look, the Romans are coming. And they're going, oh, do you think they extend to the same length that we do? I think they might just do that, mate. And more. Okay. So our archers should now be able to fire, but obviously we need to remember to take them off that whole thing. And you can start firing. So they've pulled their entire line in. So I can go ahead and shrug my cavalry forward. I'm actually tempted to start sending infantry. Oh wow. Let's go ahead and press on pause. It looks like they're reforming their line. Let's get them to pull back for now. It looks like they're reforming their line for some reason. Feel free to keep attacking with my... I mean, I can kind of just stand here because I'm going to do more damage with my arrows than they are with their troops. So I'm okay with them continuing to fire. For instance, this unit here is probably going to see a lot of pain about to hit them. And this unit can go ahead and give these guys a wee taste of their own medicine. And suddenly they've been covered in spears. And that's them gone. Fairly easy. So they've reformed their line to face my cavalry. I genuinely don't know how to react to this. I mean, I suppose we just do the sensible thing and charge. I'm gonna do it all at the same time though. Okay, you guys can attack 4. You guys can just chuck in there. Start coming down the hill. There's just nothing more to do really. Down we come. Then you guys come. And I suppose you guys should probably charge forward as well. Archers, I suppose we just get you to move forward and fire. And 3, we can just get you to kind of form up there. Send our heroes up to engage on the front line. This is going to be a horrific amount of javelins that they're about to eat. I wouldn't be surprised if they broke before my units even got to them. As you can see, quite a large amount of infantry coming in. Ready to assault. So we completely confused them, as you can see, even though it was them that very much started this assault. You lot, attack this lot. Get the general in as well. Kill them, please. Okay, so these guys are coming in now. And these guys are just marching. I'm gonna get them to attack the lines further down. And let's get my archers to move up, I guess. It's about there. Get this general to move up to about there. Get you to move up to about there. Get you to engage. Get you to just move up to here. Push up. These infantry can just come up to here. And there's cavalry units. I mean, I'm gonna get them to come around here. And not gonna let me catch up with them, are they? I'm gonna see if we can catch up to them here. As you can see, my mob of infantry is doing a fairly sterling job, turning what was once a nice army of theirs into meat. So that's their general coming a bit too close, and I was able to catch him with my cavalry. Nicely. But yeah, they are just in a hell of a lot of trouble and a lot more pain. Let's not shoot our own friends in the back. But as you can probably see here, we are beating them pretty much on all fronts. Go ahead and continue. Okay, you lot, get in there. 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 Need to stop that many troops getting away as much as possible. And we're just going to get as many of the rest as possible. Before we finish. I think because of my pincer movement we managed to actually slaughter most of them before, like in a circling motion. As you can see here, I rolled their line up and these poor guys just were slaughtered. Obviously the original, you can see the places where they started taking casualties, and it just, their entire line just extends in a big pile. And they put up a fairly stubborn resistance about here. But that was it. That's them gone. Right, these infantry are not going to be able to do anything more. So let's go ahead and get them to pull back, get out of the way. Only 14 men left in that unit there. I may as well get these guys to kind of chase them down. 2 of them left. You know what, there's not even enough to worry about in a bunch of other places. Go after the 25 men, please. There's just no point in sending these after anymore. They're just dead. Okay, well that's that then. Let's just chase these guys off. and that can be the end. As you can see, we've lost basically no men. I don't think I think our losses will be incredibly negligible in this fight. Much better than they were. And that should be pretty much all of that unit killed. However many are left, that's him gone. Can't even find a live one. I think that's pretty much means they're all dead, right? Can you see any single man? I can't see any. I think they're all right on the inside here. Ah, that's them done. Okay, well I'm gonna go ahead and quit. Wrong button. Because, frankly, that was an easy victory. We killed and almost missed the whole thing there. Yeah, we didn't quite kill them. I wonder if I do this, will that kill them? No. Oh yeah, it will. There we go. And the general's dead. Another major victory. And we can advance. Can we advance to take on the second one?
Wipe them out!
Can we advance you to take on the second one?
Kill the cowards!
We can. And once again, it's 2 legions. However, frankly, I'm kind of sick of these massive but pointless battles where I'm going to win. Balanced stance, won't leave our horses to die. And once again, the army's dead. There's no variation in their units, so tactics I use will pretty much be exactly the same. Although, saying that, we lost way too many men there, so it's probably worth me doing it. Let's go ahead and slaughter the captives. And we gain some military traditions.
Ready for orders.
Formidable fighters. Inexorable conquerors. Yeah, that sounds good to me. Don't need to recruit any other units though. So we then start heading south. Even more south. And even more south. To Kartuba. I think we are within range. Okay, so that's one spy there. Let's send another spy over this side. And we can see that one fairly nicely. Just so we can check out who's coming where. It looks like we've defeated the majority of their armies. So, yeah, not too worried. Let's go ahead and, should we assault this? 3 turns?
At your
I
command.
mean,
To victory!
yeah. We'll destroy them, won't we? Sorry, yeah, I don't want to lose any men. 3 turns doesn't seem too bad to me. How many? A couple turns. Yeah, for the most part, it's only been a few more turns until we've solidified the north of Spain in our presence. How is this doing? Let's send you up to check out Lugai. And let's send you
Commander, let the
around
power before
to attack them. Not going to take too long. Swabian armies fairly spread out and fairly weak. It's interesting seeing all the things that have sprouted. But that's fine, we can deal with that. You guys up north, Cimbri. Hey. You are a client state, aren't you? How much money do we have left? 15,000. Do we have any buildings we can build? Check that first. Doesn't really. Oh, wait, there's one there. Yes, we can upgrade you to a gladiator school and get massive public benefits. And you, we can turn you into manipular barracks and a gladiator school to keep you happy. Well, amphitheater. And yeah, that's all of the buildings, I think. I've got quite a lot of settlements to go through. Okay, in that case we got, wow, 4,000 money left. So, Rhodos. How about becoming a client state?
Let
If
Zeus
we pay
and all
you-
the gods smile upon our meeting, so that all may profit.
We have 20,000? Oh right, they have 20,000, okay. No, it's not gonna work because they have lots of money. Right, that's fine. Sparta. Hey.
Greetings, honored
Um,
guest. I serve as my
client
people's
state.
ears and tongue,
I'll pay you.
listening and speaking as will please.
Pay you lots of money. Why not?
I have listened and considered.
Who else? Who else? Who else? Sagartia. Don't need to worry about you. Rhodos, defensive. Egypt. You're huge and powerful. Pontus is also huge and powerful. Persia. They like us. How
Please
about a
accept
defensive
as the
alliance?
most
Oh, how
humble
about
audience
a
for your terms, my poor
military
servant.
alliance?
Now, speak as you
Oh.
will.
Why didn't you become a client state? Nope. I mean, non-aggression pact with me would be good.
May the gods bless you many times over. Your wisdom brings
Military alliance?
much joy
No.
to my people.
Let's keep them happy with us though. Media Atropine. You're at war with the enemy, so let's go ahead
Greetings, my friend.
and be happy with you.
I am humbled. I am humbled.
You
by
wouldn't become
your
a client state.
honorable
What about a
words.
military
I
alliance?
accept.
We're now in another military
You have
alliance.
heard of your
Persia, would you military ally with me if we got a
the
defensive
pleasures
alliance?
of my house.
Yeah, what about this one now?
My good and
No.
noble friend.
How
Your
come?
kind words and
They hate the
learned
cultural
debates
aversions.
have smoothed the path
Fair
to
enough.
agreement.
We have a lot of military allies. Not a war of too many. Seleucids, hey buddy, how about
Be
we
welcome,
peace?
and may Hermes bless your words with appropriate speed,
Fine.
for I have other.
Who else? Lugiai, Marcellis, yeah. No one else need to worry about. Don't need to worry about Sugarsha. Persia small, Parthians small, Adrisians. They probably won't want to become my bitch. Simones, they don't like the cultural aversion, but they
I
mind
will
everything
be a
else.
patient audience for your speech. Sure that you come to
Become a
deliver
client state, B.
profitable message.
He'll be happy. No, okay, not too pleased with that.
This offer is a poor one. Even a beggar in the
Knossos. Hey, I forgot about you.
Enter, friend, and speak.
Why don't
We
you
surely have much
become a
to
client
discuss,
state?
and perhaps much to agree.
I mean, you're cautious and loyal, which is frankly fantastic traits in a client state.
Your rhetoric and
Never mind
logic
it.
can.
You hate me because you love the Maciali. You should really become my client
There's
state.
a good pork roasting for you, and better ale and meat.
I know you're really independent, but you should. Fine. Donnoni, hey buddy, how about you become a client state?
Welcome, worthy friend. Let us break bread and drink ale
Right,
before words
with- for that
pass
much
our
money?
lips.
No, okay. How about a defensive alliance? No. Military alliance? No. Okay, fine. I'm pretty sure all of these are vassals. It's good, fine. Enemy on retreat, trait gained, path blocked, yeah. In any case, this episode has gone for way long, too long. I've been silly again and have done the whole length of video for too long. Never mind. Wow, I say they're pretty powerful. Well, no, they're not. Wow, that's a terrible army. Levy spears. Why would they just have levy spears? That's shocking. Improve your army. By now you should have like full-on swords warriors. But in any case, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.